All right, I'll go ahead and call this city council meeting to order. You have to forgive me talking loud. My microphone is apparently dead. Meeting for December 11th, 2018, the city of Walton. If I could, Councilman Wainwright, lead us in invocation and pledge.
Sure. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all together tonight safely, and we ask for your blessing for all the people of our great community. Let us pray for the police officers and firefighters that protect our families, neighbors, and friends, ensure they are safe, especially today in our schools. Please, Lord, pray that elected officials in our city, school, county, nationally make the right decisions for the betterment of our community. Lord, thank you for bringing all these great young men and their families here tonight to be recognized in your glory. We pray for this in your name. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, John. Sharon, if I could I please get a roll call?
Adam?
Here.
John?
Here.
Bobby?
Here.
Rose? Here. Stephanie? Here. Matt?
Okay. Some quick announcements. December 14th will be the Christmas lighting contest. So got a couple more days. Get your lights up. I believe we're separating that into two sections of town, giving awards for both ends of town. December 24th and 25th, the offices will be closed for Christmas. January 1st, the offices are closed for New Year's Day. And January 2nd, there is a code enforcement meeting at Union City Hall at 6:30. Can I get an approval of the agenda, please?
Approval.
Can I get a vote on that?
Adam?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Rose? Yes. Stephanie?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get an approval of the previous minutes, please, from the November 13th meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Adam?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Rose? Yes. Stephanie?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move the proclamation up. Council prepared a proclamation for the varsity boys football team in recognition of their great season. So I'm going to move that up now before we get to citizens' comments.
Awesome. Well, everyone, thanks for coming. It was just a fantastic season, and the council thought it very worthy to do this proclamation. And so it reads as follows. Whereas the Walton City Council would like to recognize the outstanding performance during the 2018 football season of our Walton Verona Bearcats. Whereas this team set a program record of 11 wins, going undefeated in District 5 play. Whereas this team averaged 30 points per game on offense with a balanced approach and had over 3,000 rushing yards. On the other side of the ball, this outstanding and tough-nosed defense led all Class 2A schools with 7 shutouts, while only giving up a measly 10 points per game. Whereas this team won the District 5 championships, which was its 5th district title in a row and 6th all time. This senior class leaves Walton Verona with 4 district titles and an undefeated 16-0 record in district play. Whereas this team won Walton Verona's first ever regional championship in an amazing fourth quarter comeback that will be remembered by the players, coaches, and community for a very long time. Whereas this team had some outstanding individual accomplishments as well. Senior Grant Grubbs set the single season tackle record with 141 total tackles, as well as the career tackle record of 341. This ball hawk and linebacker also is named the Class 2A District 5 Player of the Year. Walton Verona has also had 5 NCKC all-district players to include linebacker Grant Grubbs, offensive lineman, defensive lineman Logan Boone, running back, defensive back Tyler Schrader, fullback Micah Alford, and quarterback Garrett Jones. Whereas the City of Walton recognizes and salutes all the players, coaches, support staff, cheerleaders, band members, parents, and fans of the 2018 Walton Verona football team. Your hard work and dedication paid off in delivering an outstanding football season, but your humbleness, teamwork, and fair play is what made our community so very proud of each and every one of you. Therefore, be it resolved that we, the distinguished members of the City Council, and the Mayor of Walton, the Honorable Gabriel Brown, do proclaim today, December 11th, 2018, as Walton Verona Football Day in the City of Walton. So I'd ask for the boys to come forward. We'll go in front, the council present, and we'll come on this side if you guys want to take some photos.
Fun to watch you guys.
All right, so you guys want to kind of, I know we're on the road here, we'll probably come with me. We'll put that in the middle.
Why do I feel like the heroes have to be in front?
Down the middle.
Where's the elbow? These guys are a little taller.
Taller than I was when I was in high school.
These guys look like men.
Go to the front. Nope, I'm in the back, hanging out here next to the guys that know for sure.
Yeah, I don't have much size.
No, I think it's fine. It's good with that explanation.
Any more?
Good job, boys. Tight quarters. It wasn't this size. Trust me.
Oh, it was that size last year.
Yeah, we were posted up over there. It may have been the same tree. I don't know.
So we're going to pause, and if anyone doesn't want to stay for the awesome, amazing, fun stuff on the agenda, we're going to take a quick break, and you guys can take photos here or outside, and we'll just take a pause. The one who has the plaque.
Everybody else does. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. We don't have anything, probably Matt's wife's the only one.
I have no idea.
One of those ring ones. Is that cheap on
No, that's a new chief.
So he was supposed to come speak into.
Now we know what the real
I gave
business
him
is.
crap. I was like, you're supposed to come speak on me.
Yeah, he said he was going to speak till January. That's why I didn't have him.
He said he wasn't doing nothing. I said, come
Okay, good.
Gabe, you ready?
Yep. Right.
I think citizen comments. Citizen
Is
comments.
there any- Before we get to you, Major, is there citizens' comments? Anybody, citizen, like to speak, anything, pressing issues? All right, we'll move right along then. Sheriff's Department, Major Bill Mark. Thank you, Major.
All right, good evening. Thank you all for having me. The activity report for the Month of November for the Sheriff's Department, provided to the city of Walton, is making its way down the tables. Actually, a pretty slow month for the Sheriff's Department for the city of Walton, other than significant increase in the number of auto accidents. So it's not hard to figure out that we could have the weather to blame for that. And not surprisingly, also quite a number of the accidents were at the Flying J parking lot, which is consistent with the increase in the amount of commercial vehicle traffic that occurs around this time of year. So that's pretty indicative of what we see throughout the county. But just to hit a few highlights of that, like I said, we worked 26 auto crashes, responded to 29 alarm drops in the city. What else is significant? 4 shoplifters, I think all of those were at Kroger's. 87 traffic stops. Took a total of 49 reports, issued 27 citations, and arrested 16 individuals for a total of just over 1,000 police events, which is about 20% below what our typical activity is in the city for a month. So like I said, it was sort of a slow month for us, at least down in Walton. A couple of other things I wanted to discuss. Had numerous conversations with the mayor about concerns with commercial vehicles on the city streets in regard to the Jones Road construction. With Mary Grubbs being back opened up, that there is no reason that any commercial vehicle should be taking side streets to make it to the construction area on Jones Road. We had some conversation about whether some type of special legislation would be needed to prohibit the truck traffic. I took a look at your ordinances, and I think your current city ordinance that prohibits or that sets gross weight limits for commercial vehicles on city streets, that should be sufficient to enforce commercial vehicle traffic on say Church Street or Showalter and Main Street. But it would probably be advisable for the city to erect some additional signage, just stating that commercial vehicle traffic is prohibited, or state a GVW, whatever, on those signs, because you have a 36,000 GVW limit on those streets. The other thing, well, first of all, if you have any questions or any discussion about that?
Yeah, can you find out what happened to my no construction traffic sign? I think when they rolled up all their signs, take down for the road closure, they grabbed one and might have thought it was theirs.
Okay.
I'm just teasing you.
Okay. I'll be happy to take a theft report.
I ordered 4 of them, so I've still got 3.
Okay. The other thing is we've been getting numerous complaints about speeding vehicles on Needmore, and I don't know, a couple of your constituents have actually contacted Senator Schickel. I spoke with the senator this afternoon, told him that we're aware of the problem, and I was taking the opportunity to speak with your city engineer prior to the meeting, and just make this, extend this offer to the city. What we've done, what Boone County Public Works has done for the city of Union is, since they have the equipment and the personnel and the measuring software, if you would like them to do it, the Boone County engineer and his staff would conduct a speed study on Needmore on your behalf and prepare a report, collect all the data, and send that information to the city and to your engineer to make the determination as to whether is there a problem that's indicative of these complaints, and then B, is there possibly an engineering solution like some type of street calming device that would help to alleviate that. So if that's something that the city would like to request, I'd be happy to work with your engineer and work with the county engineer to get the ball rolling on that.
We've had Daniel do a couple other ones, so I'll give him a call and see about that. You know, we try to stay away from speed bumps, even though they're quite frequently requested. Just mainly due to emergency vehicles and what it does to our snowplows. So, I've have said it in jest a few times, but I've suggested almost like cattle grades. You know, like you say on a farm, you know,
Yeah.
just cut asphalt. But I mean, that'd be about the only. Really don't know what to do about it other than, you know.
Right, yeah, and they're all, there's, different kinds of, devices, the humps are what people are most familiar with, but, the county has constructed some concrete tables to where it's actually a plateau as opposed to a round hump, and it's still, slows down vehicle traffic, but it's not as hard on your snow removal equipment. And it's not near as a dramatic thing. And there's also rumble strips if you want to look into something like that. But in any case, I think we're kind of putting the cart before the horse. But
Sure.
if you'd like to work on a study, we'd be happy to work on that.
I'll make myself a note and I'll get a hold of Daniel from Public Works. And
Okay.
I'll get back with you on that once we find out something from him. Thank you.
That's all for me, unless you all have any questions for me or anybody present does.
Why are you looking at me?
If anybody's gonna have a question, it'd be you. All right. Chief, bring us anything? That's just,
Mainly was told I needed to come up here tonight for an introduction. Those of you all who don't know me, don't know yet, my name is Joey Bust. I'm the new fire chief here in Walton.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited about the future. I think there's a very positive future ahead for the fire department, which in turn affects the citizens. I have every plan and intention of working closely with the city, and I think the city and the fire department can work together and create better services for our citizens in the future. As far as statistics, the only statistic I know right off the top of my head to tell you all tonight is as of the end of November this year, for the year, the fire department's had 1,547 separate incidents responded to fire incidents. I'm sure you all are aware about the drug problem that continues merrily on. Unfortunately, it hasn't seemed to gotten any worse, but we've got things that are even. As I said, I look forward to working with the mayor and city council in the future.
appreciate it,
Thank
Chief,
you.
and congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right. We have our city engineer, Mr. Matt Bogan from Cardinal Engineering. Matt?
Hopefully bearing good news. You got the right team on, so.
I brought some. 2024, we're gonna hear back from them.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. So, in regards to the High Street Bridge, Mayor and I have been working on reaching out to Norfolk Southern to see if there was any chance of a waiver or negotiation on the abutment reconstruction. They have not been responding to our attempts. So, in the meantime, we are moving ahead with this design on the abutments and the footers. So I brought Justin Amling and Andrew Lightman from Civil Solutions Associates. They're the ones that are actually doing the design on that. I thought they could take a couple minutes to explain what they've come up with and hopefully answer any of your guys' questions. And then I'll move on with the rest of what I got after that.
I'm Justin Hamlung. This is Andrew Lagerman. We're both professional engineers in the state of Kentucky and work at Civil Solutions Associates. So we've been working with Matt for seems like the last year now on this project, trying to come up with the best solution for the city. And you know, regardless of what Norfolk and Southern come back with, we feel like we can do a very aesthetically pleasing abutment and certainly a stable foundation for the bridge, using a combination of large diameter drilled shafts and either a cast in place concrete abutment and or a ready rock big block wall abutment. It's a little bit different than the original design that we were considering, but we feel that this is going to be the best option moving forward with some of the uncertainties about the existing abutment and what Norfolk and Southern might decide.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions regarding our timeline, we're working back and forth with Matt. We're in communication with him on that. It's not a terribly long process, but there are a lot of boxes that we have to check, and as we know, even if we think we have the right solution, there are other hurdles sometimes that get in the way. So we are working with Matt, and we want to try and get you guys a good engineer solution so we can get this bridge project completed. So I think it's a pretty neat project, and we're excited to see it get going.
I have a couple questions. As far as doing the cast in place versus the ready rock, which is going to be, the ready rock, my opinion, I've seen some of those, they're probably going to be the more aesthetically pleasing out of it, especially you get, the one that looks like it's got almost like a stone surface on it, or, I've seen them various ways. But with that, I guess the construction and implementation of this would have to be done by crane, I guess, from up top, because I know Norfolk Southern is not going to allow us down there with a skid steer on the tracks putting this thing up.
Correct. Yeah. The first kind of go we have at it is going to have work from up above, and it's likely going to have some type of either drilled shaft or some type of a structural member that's going to get us up probably about half the height. Okay. Some sort of a working platform is going to be created there, and from that point up, the remaining abutment is going to be created out of some sort of a facing, ready rock or some type like that, Recon, they got my brand name, so yeah. One of those. And then the question really is, how do we blend the top and the bottom? And there are options. We can have that same exposed face match from the top blocks and from the bottom cast in place. We can do that, which then would make it look seamless. Yes, the work is likely going to have to happen from above, and that's not uncommon, and we're used to having to deal with that.
Okay. Now, is there going to be a huge difference between the ready rock and the precast?
No, really. We see that really of all the wall systems that are out there, there is a scale. Cast in place concrete is likely the highest that we see around here. Some sort of a modular block that's installed by machine is going to be more cost effective. There is a cost difference, and we completely realize that, for communities, budget drives a lot of what we can do, and we're aware of that, and we can work to that. There are some things that, we can make the dimensions smaller potentially on the two ends, doing some creative solutions and things like that. And again, the more aesthetically pleasing we make, also that can add cost. But there are options to make it as cost effective as we can, and we're exploring those also.
Council, anybody?
All right. I know one of the concerns that we've had
previously tried to make everything work is vertical clearance. There's overhead utilities on both sides. Is that something we need to be talking to Duke or Cincinnati Bell about as far as installation, doing the
Yeah,
construction?
yeah, we will mention that. We would probably use the low, not that if we're within the arc distance, we would have to make sure that we're having communications with them that they can shut off lines and move, but that's again, not an uncommon thing that happens when doing any type of drilling work. So all of the contractors that are involved with that will be prepared, and we will go through all those proper steps, or whatever contractor does the work would have to go through those proper steps, so.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
All right, picking up from there, on the school road project, Michaels has done the last little bit of restoration on the site. The fine grading was done, the signs are back up, seed and straw, all that. Obviously, because of getting into the end of the season, we'll need to check back in on it next spring, make sure the grass is coming in before District 6 will release our encroachment permit, but it's not a problem. I just told them, we're done out there for the time being, so they're happy. On the Owens property, Dunrobin Associates completed the appraisal on that, returned it. It was $487,000 for the property. It came in a little bit lower, I think, than what Dr. Owens is asking for it, but Dunrobin did not factor the house into it just because it needs a pretty significant amount of,
Yes.
of repair, restoration to get it in decent shape. So, I'll leave it up to mayor and council to decide if that's worthy of action. And the last item is a big one that's come up in the last couple weeks. The Kentucky Division of Water notified Walton that we are considered an MS4 community. So that's Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System. That was brought about after the last census data, just a combination of the population of the city and being within the Cincinnati urbanized area. Basically, what that means is the city needs to apply for a permit through the Division of Water for stormwater monitoring and come up with a program for permitting new applicants, regulation mapping, inspection, so on and so forth, to make sure that everything is meeting the Division of Water's requirements. Kind of same thing as what SD1 is doing in their area, but Walton is not joining SD1 service area. I feel like I have to make note of that so nobody panics that it's they're going to get huge bills in the mail or anything like that. So we had a meeting yesterday between myself, the mayor, Public Works, and the city attorney just to kind of discuss what this means for the city and how we go about implementing this. Could have put together some outlines. If you go through the attached pages later, the section 4.2 outlines what all those requirements are. It's in broader terms, but kind of gives you an idea. Right now, since Boone County Public Works is doing our storm sewer inspection, we're hoping that will be sufficient to keep going with that. Obviously, in the future, once we're up and running, we can reevaluate and see if that's something we want to transfer to city personnel. But I've also been in touch with the city of Cold Spring. They broke off of SD1's jurisdiction about 3 or 4 years ago to run it independently. They were very helpful in giving me some insights in what they went through, some consultants that they used to help get their system going. So they said pretty much just feel free to give them a call, call their engineer, their city attorney, and pick their brain to find out what they did. So I know it's a lot to digest, so if you guys have any questions now, I'll try to answer them. If not, feel free to call me or shoot me an email later.
So if we do it in-house, right, we decide to do it in-house,
Yeah.
our employees or an employee would need to go and get certified, most likely?
That's what I'm not sure that I think that we can share that with Boone County Public Works as we've been doing. We probably just need a interlocal agreement or memorandum agreement, something like that, just to say, yeah, we're subbing that out to the county, their staff will get the proper training and certifications and so on. Some of it will have to be done in-house, mapping, because that's one area where we differ from Cold Spring. They pretty much just took the SD1 maps, said, okay, this is our stuff, and then built it from there. Since we don't have anything like that, we'll probably have to build it from scratch. So, taking GIS maps and going out with a GPS and field locating outlets and stuff like that. That is something I'm trying to find out from Division of Water, exactly how much we can share or sub out, and how much needs to be from the city itself. Anything else? Yep. Thanks.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. First item of business, we have Municipal Order 2018-09, reappointing Rose Beach to the Board of Directors of the City of Walton Economic Development Authority.
Let me explain that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, on our Economic Development Authority, originally, each of the board members there were awarded a 1-year, 2-year, a 3-year, and a 4-year term. If you recall, Mr. Wainwright was reappointed last year. He had the 1-year term. The sort of permanent terms are 4 years. Rose had a 2-year term. So the mayor has reappointed her, and if approved, she would also have a 4-year term, starting first of the year. So if you want to adopt that, you can do that by motion.
Second.
Can I get a vote on that, please?
Adam?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Rose?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations, Rose. All right. Next item of business will be the first reading of ordinance number 2018-10. Ordinance of the City of Walton, Kentucky, amending Chapter 74 of the Walton Code of Ordinances by creating Schedule 2 therein in order to prohibit construction traffic, trucks, and equipment from using or traveling upon Church, Scott, and High Streets, Show Walter Trace, and Jones Road.
Mayor, by further summary, we do have traffic schedule 1, and this would add traffic schedule 2. The whereases in the ordinance sort of explain the history that's been going on about the heavy construction traffic that has been going on those streets. As Major Mark pointed out, now that the new road's open, some of these streets don't need to be used, but this is trying to protect our city streets. Excluded from the prohibition, as you see at the top of page 2, would be construction vehicles, trucks, and so on that are servicing or delivering